I'd like to learn more about Seal Shield as a company. For anyone watching that can learn more about your company, what do you offer? What kind of clients, or what's your, the best client that somebody would, reach out to you and order your gear, your stuff?
So we do have a nice little web store on sealshield.com, but our dominant client is going to be the hospitals, medical places that are buying products that are all designed to prevent the spread of infection. There's three main classifications. We have washable electronics that are impervious to a number of cleaning chemicals. Think like waterproof keyboards and mice that are used in the doctor's offices after they're dealing with the sick patient. Second one is an antimicrobial film that is also impervious to those same cleaning chemicals, and it protects the glass surfaces that are usually cleaned multiple times a day from corroding and destroying their clear visibility. That's really important now because those are all touch-screen devices in the ER rooms now. They're really expensive and you can't easily replace the glass, so it's best to protect it at the forefront. And then our flagship product is a UVC disinfection machine. We actually have two of those now because we just acquired our biggest competitor from Canada at the tail end of last year. But those devices are also used to disinfect a number of different devices throughout all the hospitals and institutions that they're put at. The biggest example is the touchscreen devices that are used in a lot of the medical places. If they get assigned out to nurses, they have the capability of disinfecting. They also have all the tracking compliant with the Joint Commission. So we put RFID tags on them, and you can tell out of the floor of nurses who swiped into the electroclave, took out what device at what time. So it's an entire tracking regime online that allows the hospitals to manage their assets as well as their compliance with their own disinfection protocols.
So that particular product is not just a screen covering, but there's a whole RFID tag tracking piece behind that as well.
Yeah, the screen protectors is the second product line, and then the UVC disinfection box, our electroclave, is a standalone unit. It's just really compatible. We try to bundle that together with the screen protectors as well, because if you get a lot of residue or some kind of spillage on the device, the UV light's not going to get rid of that. It's designed to get rid of any bugs or pathogens that are on the surface and kill them straight up.
And so do you have any contracts with the VA or the Army Medical Services or any Navy Medical Service, anything like that?
We do have a number of our Clean Slate units, which was our new UV acquisition in the VA. We just actually shipped a whole bunch of those there a couple of months ago as part of the expansion effort after we acquired that company. And our electroclave unit is also used at the CDC lab in Atlanta for the employees' capabilities in disinfecting their phones. All of this is pre-COVID pandemic as well. So it kind of put us on the map. It really fleshed out our balance sheet and allowed us to grow the organization substantially. But unfortunately, the world doesn't learn from past pandemics very well. The lessons of the past, we keep repeating those, and organization is here along with a number of others to really try to make a meaningful impact in that space to prevent it from being as bad as it could be in the future.
And I wanted to bring up your company because I want to learn more about your product. I thought it was great. And our military audience, a lot of folks that we talk with are in the supply realm, either aviation supply, medical supply, just regular Army supply. So the opportunity to learn more about your product and how you're able to help the service, just for those listening, to our interview, if you have an opportunity to work with Seal Shield, definitely reach out and look at their products and see how they can interact with, hospitals, medical facilities, those field hospitals that are out there, as well as something I thought about when I was talking with Bill yesterday was, that for those oil grimy hands where you're destroying stuff because you got dirt on everything. Hey, that might be a great product for that as well. And we're going into the end of the fiscal year. So for the government, the end of the fiscal year, these last June, July, August, that's when they start spending money to make sure they get those things they didn't really have funding for. But now that they do have funding, they can reach out and get these great products, to help their units wherever they may be. And we got them, of course, all over the world.
Yeah, so again, I appreciate that at the end of the year, there's a big surge in our CAC reader boards that are used in some of the military places. So thank you for that.
Yeah, but there's even more than just those CAC readers, right? And I think that's what people need to realize. There's a lot more benefit in the medical side that they could get benefit from Seal Shield as well. So let's dig into some of the what drove you to get involved with the veteran community? So how many veterans have you hired as your role in COO, and what has been your overall experience with the veteran?
So I've hired 3 veterans. The first was Bill Holmes, retired Army. The second is retired Marine, and the third one is retired Navy. All of that happened within about a 2-year span of each other. The second and the third were hired within a couple of months of each other. Bill Holmes, my director of supply chain now, is recently promoted, really kind of paved the way in confidence through his work ethic and leadership and the points that he had put on the scoreboard with an organization to make it a really easy decision to actively go and pursue that veteran mentality. That wasn't the initial intent when we got Bill Holmes. There's a kind of an interesting backstory on that. We almost missed the opportunity of hiring him in the very beginning.